Okay, this is video, I think, 6, 7. Had a bit of a breakthrough. Been messing around with it most of the day today. Not really getting anywhere. Checking voltages, going round and round in circles. And then I was reading through some of the fault finding pages that I haven't actually looked through. And then I spotted this part of the circuitry here. This circuit here is the main processor, the control processor, and what this pin 14 here pulses up a 5-volt pulse to this pin 14 when you press one of the changeover controls. That puts a time constant through this capacitor and this resistor here, and this E is sent off to this IC here, which I can find nothing about, this KB4441. Come on, focus. And that comes to pin 5 here. And what that is the muting pin, apparently. And so I thought, well, I'll check that. And the first thing I did when I switched it on, I noticed that this point here was high. So I thought, oh well, it's the microprocessor, which I know is a problem. So I removed the microprocessor and switched it on. And it was still, it wasn't high, it was about 0.2 of a volt, 0.3 of a volt. I'm thinking, well, that's probably residues, maybe something wrong with this chip here, which I'm concerned about, because I can't replace this chip, they're not available. So I looked at this circuit here and I checked the diode was fine, and obviously with the chip out, the diode wouldn't be a problem anyway. And then I had a look at this C19, and I saw it was 1 microfarad, so I thought, well, that's not going to be a problem. It's going to be as a ceramic 1 microfarad capacitor. Anyway, I checked a couple of those resistors; they were all okay. So I thought, what I'll do then, I'll just ground the pin. I'll just ground pin 5 and see what that does. So as soon as I grounded pin 5, I had audio full volume. Obviously, I've been working with the amplifier at a higher level to try and hear what was going on. I've got full audio through this chip now, so this chip seems to be working fine, which is a bit of relief. What it turned out was this capacitor, this C19, is actually a tantalum, and it's leaky. And as you can see, that's the tantalum capacitor down there. I pulled it out of the circuit. That removes the time constant from that control pin, but obviously the chip's not in there at the moment anyway, because the microprocessor's fried. I need to try and get another one of those. That's going to be quite a hard thing to find. They do make some sort of like replacements that work off a newer chip design, but I don't think you can program them. I think they will pre-programmed to whatever's on the front panel, and they're about $100. You know, I'm not going to spend money on this tune. Is really see if I can get it working sort of challenge more than anything. Anyway, so yeah, the audio is working. What I'm doing now, that's the audio from the tuner. As you can see, I've got signal strength. Ignore the frequency gauge, because the reason why that's reading high is because the local oscillator wasn't working. The local oscillator is coupled to this tuning wire down here, and that's fed back to that chip there, which reads out the frequency, as I demonstrated in the previous video, and that's the problem with that. So looks like the IF amplifier is working. I'm feeding audio in. A bit of Mrs. Miller here. Feed the audio in. Now what I am doing is I'm feeding it in from the Panasonic stereo modulator. It's like this camera today, it's not playing. There we go. That stereo modulator. And I am generating a pilot tone, but it's not giving me the pilot signal, which is a bit unexpected really, because if I feed a 19 kilohertz tone straight into this is the final chip, the audio amplifier and stereo decoder. If I feed a 19k tone into here, I get stereo light on. But I'm definitely getting somewhere. I've got an RF amplifier coming, hopefully with a bit of luck tomorrow. I'll replace the RF amplifier, and then hopefully I'll have all the oscillators working. Then I should be able to tune it. That's the theory. I'll have to link out this chip to what I've got to do to make it tune. You've got to short pin 12 to a 5-volt reference, which will enable the tuning circuit to work. So if that works, then I need to concentrate on trying to get the multiplex decoder working. Now, there's a chance that that chip isn't actually working properly, the stereo decoder, and I've got another one of those coming. They're pennies, those chips, so that's not a problem. I've mounted that chip in the socket as well, as in with all the others, so I can. It's a lot easier to fault find. You can take the chip out and put it back in, and you can check voltages, and so I think it's going to work in to a fashion. Hopefully, someone can find another central processor for the keyboard and things, and then it looks like most of the rest of it's working fine. Yeah, this is the lead here. This mini grabber's going into that resistor there, and that resistor is this resistor here on the end of this, which is feeding straight into the IF amplifier, and it's, as you can see, it's working fine. And if you actually tune the IF frequency, the tuning needle meter works correctly as well. So yeah, it's getting there, and thanks for watching, and I'll keep you up to date on what's happening.